Hello, Heidi. We'll see who makes it on since my live video wouldn't work. Can you just let me know, Heidi, if you can hear me? Perhaps if you just chat in the chat box. Let me know if my sound's working.
You sound so.
Hi, Steph. Hello, Carla. Hello, Heidi. Yeah, sound is working. Brilliant. Okay, the Facebook Live wouldn't work, so I'll just see if there's any questions from anyone in the group. I might just reply to Karina to let her know now on Zoom. Okay, wonderful. All right, oh, Karina's here, beautiful. Okay, lovely. So first of all, I would love to thank you all for being here for this live meditation session. And I might just see whether I can stream it into the group as well for those people who can't get onto the Zoom. See if that's going to play today. Okay, for some reason it's working that way, I think. Yes, it is. Lovely. So welcome everyone. We've got Alison, Carla, Karina, Heidi, Kim and Steph. So beautiful to have you here. So first of all, I'd like to start the session by just explaining how the session came about. So for some time now, my prayer when I wake up in the morning is thank you for the opportunity to give love or express myself as love. And as a result of that, then people reach out to me, opportunities arise, and there are always an opportunity for me to be able to give love and to be love, which is really the purpose of us being here. And so Heidi reached out to me and explained that she has been struggling to really gain energy from her meditation. So even though she can feel calm afterwards, she's missing that energy that you can really get from a group meditation. And it is very powerful to meditate as a group because, as you can imagine, when there is a vibration and more than one person raises their vibration to that frequency, then it multiplies the power that that frequency has. So thank you very much, Heidi, for asking for this. And it is my pleasure to be able to do that with you all today. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is the post that I put into the group, into the event for this, which is a message from Abraham, which comes through Esther Hicks. And Esther and her husband Jerry both have been writing books for years now, sharing what comes through Esther from a group of spirits that they call themselves Abraham. And Abraham has had a message for us coming through as a result of the coronavirus. And really it is to remind us that we have asked for a solution. So we have all been collectively asking for a very long time for a solution. Oh, is somebody unmuted? Thank you, Carla. I'll just have a look, make sure everybody's muted. There, I think everybody should be muted now. Let me know if you have any more problems with that, Carla. And so we have all been praying. So Whether, no matter what you believe in, a prayer is nothing more than a fervent thought that we hold on to. And a fervent thought is one that has emotion attached to it. So we might have been asking, even at a vibrational level without the actual words articulating it, please help me to feel better. Please help me with this anxiety. Please help me to have better relationships. We may have been asking all of these questions for ourselves. Then we may have been looking at what's going on with the world, looking at the politics of the world, looking at how instead of becoming closer as a world community, there has been more separation and more judgment and more exclusion. We might have been looking at hunger in certain countries and the split of abundance, where there are people who are very abundant and there are people who are going without. And then, of course, the environment, looking at what's happening with the environment, the bushfires, the other national sort of natural disasters that have been going on throughout the world. And all of these things where, as a community, a world community, asking for solutions. And so coronavirus is our gift. It is our solution, and the solution to the coronavirus is already there. It already exists. As soon as you ask, it is given. And so anything that you wish for is already there. We just block it when we're not on the same vibration. So I want you to just think now about what it is that you've been asking for. And I'd love you to share in the chat box what it is that you've been struggling with, because one of the things that will raise your vibration to love is vulnerability and compassion. So someone very dear to me told me just today, and of course there's no coincidence about that, that a friend of his hasn't been able to get out of bed all week because she's felt so sad. And in that moment, he got teary and I got teary. And in that moment, I felt the truth of who I am, which is love. And these are the moments that we feel love so strongly, when we empathize with somebody else's vulnerability and we feel it and we love them. So we are giving them the frequency of love, but we are ultimately expressing the truth of who we are, which is love. And this is an opportunity for us to do this. And this is why there are so many messages that are being shared at the moment where people are saying, think of other people at the moment, rather than going into supermarkets and hoarding and feeling fearful for yourself. Think of the entire community. And today on the front page of the Sunday Mail, a group of boys who went to school with my daughter have been shopping for the elderly. So they're actually going in and getting their shopping for them. And this is a way that they are thinking outside of themselves. They are young, healthy 20-year-olds. So they know that it's much easier for them to go in and do this shopping for the elderly, where it might be difficult for them. So let's have a look here. What Carla has said, I've been asking for better relationships with my husband and kids. I've been asking for my heart to be open. I've been asking for more love. Beautiful. So thank you, Carla, for sharing that. And so when we ask for these things, the solution can come to us in ways that are very surprising. I've believed for a very long time that life is for us. And so when the coronavirus came about and I started to learn about it, I knew that it was for us. I knew that it was a solution and an answer to everything that's going on in the world right now, and an answer to all of our prayers. And so when you look at what Carla's been asking for, there is more time now for Carla to go within. I know that she's been working on a meditation course teaching her to open her heart. So all of her children's sport has been cancelled, and now all of a sudden she has more time to actually go within and work on opening her heart. And this is the case for all of us. If we are going to make true change in the world, then individually we need to learn how to raise our vibration. And the way that we will raise our vibration is by becoming aware of our conditioned patterns, the ones that lower our vibration, and letting them go and replacing them with traditions and rituals and routines and habits that raise our vibration so that we're aligned with the truth of who we are, which is love. As we do that as individuals, that energy flows out to the world, and the people around us, their vibration raises. And then it has a much bigger impact than that, and it reaches out to people that we don't even know, and it raises their vibration. So I want you to look at this as having bigger purpose and bigger meaning. There's already been reports of rivers and oceans and canals becoming clear, and you can actually see the blue water and you can see the fish. In China, for the first time in years, you can see the blue sky because the factories closed down. So if you think about the level of travel, the level of production that has stopped for this period of time, this is an opportunity for our earth to heal itself, and at the same time for us to heal ourselves, to slow down and trust that this is for us, and to make our vibration as a priority. In terms of protecting yourself from a health point of view and your family, the higher vibration you're on, the higher the cells vibrate, and this is the way that we protect ourselves. So when we feel love, we feel energized, and this acts like immunity. I did a live video on Instagram today where I was putting my hand above my food and feeling the vibration of the food and choosing high vibration food. Obviously, this is going to be live, natural food. So all of those processed foods that people are running to grab, in fact, what we really want to be focusing on now is how can we get live, high frequency food. Everything has a vibration. So every word that you read, every image that you watch, whether you meditate or whether you're overthinking, all of those things have a vibration. So I want you to continually to tune in and say to yourself, am I on the vibration of the solution, or am I on the vibration of the problem? The other thing, of course, that the problem is rarely in the present moment. So in this moment right now, we're all sitting here together and there is no threat, no threat. If there is any threat, it means that we have gone into the future and we're projecting our thoughts into the future, and we're playing the what if game. We're going down the track of what if. Now, there is no such thing as time. And if we can really understand that the solution already exists, all we have to do is match the vibration of that solution, then we can start to feel the way we would feel if all of this works out for the highest good for all. Thank you, Steph. Kim, just enjoyed a smoothie. You inspired me. Good, thanks, Kim. It's amazing what you can put into a smoothie. So for those of you that saw the live video, I had carrots, celery, all sorts of things just in a normal bullet. And the good thing about that is that you don't throw away the pulp. So I got all the fibre and all of the nutrients rather than juicing them. So why meditate? So a group meditation in particular means that we're all here for the highest good for all. So we all have the same intention, and we become very present, and we connect with that highest part of ourselves, which is the love vibration. So what I would like each of you to do is to share something vulnerable in the group. And the reason I would love you to do that is because of the experience I shared earlier when someone I love shared with me an emotion because he was feeling really empathetic towards someone else who was feeling really sad, that caused the experience of love within me. And so by us being vulnerable and sharing with each other, this will allow everybody in this group to be able to feel compassion for that person. So if anybody has been feeling unsettled or any sort of fear or panic, like Heidi shared with me when she asked me to do this, she said that she felt like she was unable to get energized by her own meditation. If there's anything at all that you can share in the chat, then this will allow everybody who is on this call to be able to tune into that emotion and feel that love and compassion for you. Carla, I'm scared that when the school closes down and I'm at home with the kids, that I will turn into a nutcase and all the work I've done this past year will be undone. Thank you, Carla. Now, immediately there will be people who will think, yes, I can relate to that, because it is much easier for us to feel like we can control our vibration when it's only us. But then when we're around people who have their own vibrations going on, then we feel like we can be influenced by their vibrations. So thank you for sharing this, Carla. And if you can all feel compassion for Carla for sharing this vulnerability. And Carla, one of the things that you can do is remove yourself wherever possible when you feel your vibration changing because of the vibration of your children, and raise that vibration again, but also be kind to yourself when you feel like you can't. The other thing is just realizing the underlying cause of this. So often the reason that our vibrations are so easily influenced by the vibrations around us is because of that people-pleasing nature where we feel very affected by other people. And so this is where we've lost that alignment with ourselves and our own vibration, and instead we are very sensitive to other energies. So be kind and compassionate and realize that this is a version of love when we actually take on that other person's emotion, but then remind yourself that you don't serve them or help them by joining them at the lower vibration, and instead recenter yourself so that you can feel aligned again. Heidi, I'm scared the girls are at a greater risk from the virus and negative behaviour while working at the supermarket. Okay, great. Thank you, Heidi. So if you can share the recording of this with your girls and teach them to meditate before they go to work, and then teach them to have empathy for the people that are behaving negatively. So that negative behaviour comes from fear. And so if we can identify that as fear and feel compassion for that person, rather than feeling like it's an attack on us. So if, for example, they're being rude to your daughters or anything like that, remember that it's an acting out of their own fear and that it's not related to them. And build them up and remind them that they actually have an opportunity to raise the vibration in the supermarket by having love and compassion, and to look for the good. You know, look for the people who are being kind and courteous and just buying what they need rather than trying to strip the shelves and be in that panic mode. So I hope that helps. All right, now what we're going to do is go through the group meditation. So meditation is a way of becoming present, and it is a way of raising your vibration so that you feel energized. It's a way to move from your head into your heart, or even just into your body, and reconnecting with that life force that flows through you. So what I want you to do now, I'll just answer Kim's question first before I do. My parents are visiting from Canada with a return flight for May 22nd. They have decided to stay rather than returning home on a flight right now, as they are over 70 and Dad has health issues. Hope we made the right decision, as they are fearful that they won't get home. Kim, trust the decision that you've made. When you've made a choice, trust that choice. And I like that you've used the word decision, because that reminds me to share with you that your choices will come from the soul or from love when you're feeling really calm. So if there are any decisions that you need to make, the first thing I recommend that you all do is to get onto the vibration of love, whatever that takes. You might find that coming back to the recording of this meditation works for you, or meditating yourself, because then the choice will be obvious to you, because this means you'll be guided by your soul rather than guided by fear. So for example, I had a dinner to go to last night in a restaurant. It had been organised quite a few months ago, and there was some to and fro between the group, just 4 of us girls deciding whether to go or not. I meditated, and the answer was a clear no. So I said to the girls, for me, I'm not going to come, and we can reschedule down the track. And they all agreed, and none of us went. But I didn't have to analyse it. I didn't have to have a why for that. It was just how I felt. So if we can really tune into how we feel, then we're really tuning into our soul's way of talking to us, rather than being in our heads and going through all the different scenarios, which can be our conditioned personality and our fear. Great, Kim, that's great. You truly believe it's right. So let it go and don't question it, and just completely trust it. Okay, what I want you to do now is find the most comfortable position for you. And this might be sitting in a chair, but it might be lying down. So if you're in a chair, then make sure that you're sitting right to the back of the chair and you have enough support in the small of your back that you feel like your back's completely supported and there's no tension anywhere in your body to be in that upright position. If you have been stressed, you might find that your muscles are quite tight and you still feel like you've got a bit of tension in your body in the seated position. If that's the case, I'd like you to get into the Shavasana position. So lying on your back, you might need a rolled up towel or something in behind your neck, or you might feel completely comfortable just being flat on the floor. You might need something under your knees so that your back flattens if your back is a little bit tight. But the main thing is that you completely let go, so you can just really allow yourself to sink into the floor, so you can breathe out and let your body completely relax. So I'll just give you a few minutes to get yourself into that comfortable position. So it's okay if you're sitting, and it's okay if you're lying flat. The main thing is that you're supporting the natural curves of your spine, either in the sitting position or in the lying flat position, and you feel completely comfortable, like you can completely relax. While you're doing that, I will just check in to see if anybody's watching the live on Facebook and whether there's any comments coming in. Hi, Angela. Thank you so much for sharing. So Angela has said, hi, Tracy, feeling very vulnerable as financially things are very tight and we are in total lockdown in Malaysia with army and police patrolling. So very scary. Needed to hear from you. Thank you, Angela. I'm sure everybody's heart goes out to you reading this. In Australia, we can't imagine what that would feel like to have army and police patrolling. What I want you to do is to really go within and connect to the truth and really look at that higher purpose and that higher meaning behind what's happening. I know, Angela, that you are a huge fan of Abraham Hicks. So follow Esther on her Instagram account and wherever you can, where she's giving updates from all of the messages that she's getting coming through from Abraham, and go into this event and read about that message that I shared in there, which is really saying that if we're on the vibration of the solution is already happening, and know that this is for us. Go within, continue to ask the question, what is the lesson in this for me? What is the lesson in this for all? And these answers will come to us. Thank you, Kathleen. You're very welcome. Heather, I'm feeling really anxious about the share care arrangements for my daughter and having her go back and forth between her dad's house and our house. What I want you to do with that, Heather, is to go within and ask the question. So sometimes what I do when I want an answer is I write the question in my journal and then I leave it for a while, and I know that the answer is going to come. So it might be, is this the safest option for my daughter? And then just leave it. The universe knows exactly what that means. And over time, it will become very clear. Sometimes the solution just occurs. there might be something that comes up for you that makes you realise that the hygiene at her dad's house is all being taken care of, that, you know, the physical spacing is going on, all of those things. Or it may be for some reason, you know, dad says, maybe you should just stay at your mum's, whatever it may be, or you get this very clear direction to reach out and let her dad know that for now, you feel the best option for her is to stay with you. Trust that there is a part of you that knows exactly what to do, and it comes from a frequency of trust rather than the frequency of fear. So thank you for sharing that, Heather, because I can understand that that would be something that if you weren't really connected with your soul, you can feel like you don't know which choice you can make. So you can see that a lot of the fear that people have is around other people and people dear to us. And so this is part of the reason we're going through this, because it's deepening our love for others and our service to others. Roz, just leaving Nepal, where family values are very strong. Your comments are resonating perfectly with what I am hoping to take from our stay here. Oh, Roz, there is divine timing always. So you were meant to be in Nepal right now. And what you're bringing home with you is that sense of family values and that connection that's so important. And perhaps we've lost that. You know, the more money we have, the more technology we have, you know, the more options we have to go out and keep ourselves busy is often the things that separate us even from our family in our own homes. So thank you so much for sharing that, Roz, because I think we can learn so much from people that do have those amazing family values. And this is an opportunity for us to reconnect. We're all at home at the moment. Tegan still goes to school, but we've got the girls home from uni. And so on the weekends, we're all here. You know, nobody's going out, nobody's going to do other things. And so there's this incredible opportunity for us to just connect as a family. And we can stay close to our friends by doing things like this and being on the phone to them. And I had a conversation last week with a dear friend of mine who was very vulnerable with me on the phone and was in tears. And I think there was this amazing opportunity for her to be very, very honest, because we weren't together, because I wasn't there right in front of her, and she could share that over the phone. And so there are so many good things that are coming out of this. And the more we look for them, the more our vibration will match why this is good for us, and having that absolute trust. And this is a mantra that you can go back to when you're feeling fearful. I know this is for me, and I know this is for us. And I know this is for the entire community of the world. So one of the biggest prayers for me for a long time has been for people to realise that we're all one, and to see the light within each other. So within our one-on-one relationships, we have breakdowns because we think we're right and they're wrong. And we do this between countries, we do this between races, we do this between the sexes, we do it with able-bodied and disabled bodies. We are constantly comparing and judging. And this is an opportunity for us to realise that we are all in this together. Nobody is excluded from this. It doesn't matter if you have $1 billion in the bank right now and own a private jet. You are still self-isolating. You are still doing the physical distancing, and you are still making sure that you're washing your hands. So all of these things are happening to everybody. And this is an opportunity for us to really tune into our oneness and have compassion for everybody, which is not based on our culture, who we think of as part of our family. It's an opportunity for us to see us all as one big family. So hopefully you've all got yourself into a comfortable position now. I'd love to hear from you whether you found that you could get comfortable sitting up, or for those of you that are lying down, just share in the comments either on the Zoom or in the Facebook group, so I can picture you all, who's lying down in Shavasana, who's sitting comfortably in a chair. I'll just go into Zoom and see who's sharing in the chat box in there. So I'll just Go back to Marion. I'm trusting my daughter will be home safe from the Middle East in 8 days. I don't feel scared. That's beautiful, Marion. She will be home safely in divine timing. Steph, I'm feeling truly blessed to be doing this meditation with you all this afternoon. Carla said, goosebumps, Roz. Carla's lying down, Sabrina's lying down, Alison's lying down, Heidi's on her meditation stool, Steph's lying down, and Karina's sitting. Gloria, hello Tracy, thank you for the invitation. You're welcome, Gloria. And Kim is in Shavasana. I'll just go back to Facebook and see if there's any messages in there from everyone. So Angela is sitting comfortably. Fiona's sitting comfortably in a chair at the airport. Well done, Fiona. I know you've been on a wonderful trip away as well. Perhaps you were with Roz, actually. You might have been. All right, beautiful. So now that you're all in your comfortable position, I want you to very gently allow your eyelids to fall shut. I want you to feel supported by the surface that you're on. Feel like the floor or the bed, if you're lying down, rises up to hug you and hold you. If you're in a chair, feel the embrace of the chair. Feel it holding you, telling you that you're safe. Just let go, surrender into that support and allow it to hold you. Feel the ease of feeling safe. Imagine that there are invisible arms surrounding you and holding you close. This invisible energy is whispering into your ears. This is perfect. This moment is perfect. You are safe. You are exactly where you're meant to be. You are love. This is an opportunity for you to remember that you are love. Feel this love holding you and protecting you. This is who you are. This is the truth of you. Feel that support. Feel that safety. Notice your mouth and allow yourself to smile. As you smile, breathe out and let your body relax just a little bit more. Allow yourself to feel heavy but light, supported but as though you're floating. Notice that your energy, notice that your body is just vibration. Focus on your breath. Just allow your breath to be the way it is. Notice if there is slight movement in your body or if you're very still. The love energy from the group is really pulsing for me at the moment. So my hands are moving. And I think my head might be moving as well. Just allow your body to do what feels comfortable. Fiona at the airport might be raising a few smiles at the people watching her. Just remember that everybody around you is feeling your energy right now. You are safe. You are love. You are loved. Life is for you. This is for you. Everybody that you love is safe. Life is for them. Life is for you. The people that you don't know who are scared and afraid, they are going to be okay. They are safe. Life is for them. Breathe in love. Breathe out love. If you're lying down, Imagine a bright ball of golden light 5 meters above you. It's shining down and it is encompassing your entire body. There is a shape of a pyramid of light that is completely encapsulating your entire body. Your body is now lying in that pyramid of light. If you're sitting up, that ball of light is 5 meters above the crown of your head. It is also shining a pyramid of light, and that surrounds you as you sit there in the center of that pyramid. This pyramid of light is always there. It's always surrounding you. It's always protecting you. It infiltrates your entire body and spills out over the edges. Feel this light. Feel this light running through every part of your body. Feel the joy of the light. Feel the light expanding out past your pyramid. Feel it filling the room. The entire space that you're in is filled with this light. For me, it's my study. For Fiona, it's the whole lounge airport section that she's in. Everybody in that airport is receiving this light, this love. If you're in your own home, expand that light now so that it fills your entire home. Your entire home is filled with this golden light, this love, this protection. Notice how this feels in your body. Notice the tingling in your hands. Feel this life force, this energy in your body. You can tap into this anytime. You can recreate this feeling anytime. The energy that we have between all of us is available to all of us. Expand that energy now so that it spills outside of your home. It spills outside of the airport. It spills right out onto the street. All of the houses around you. Expands to the entire suburb. Your entire suburb is lit up. The entire state is lit up. You might see it as if you're flying way above the earth and you can see the map. So for me, I can see South Australia full of light. Now it's spreading even further. All of Australia, including Tasmania, is filled with light. The whole continent. Now the entire hemisphere. Now the entire globe, the whole of Earth is filled up with this light. And this spreads out into the universe. This is the truth. This is what we are a part of. Tap into this energy. Tap into this goodness that is always for our evolution and for the highest good for all. Everything is exactly as it should be. Breathe in. Breathe out. Gently wriggle your fingers and your toes. And slowly allow yourself to open your eyes and adjust to the light in the room. So Heather shared that she was in Shavasana. Now I would love you to share your experience of the meditation in the Facebook group or in the chat in Zoom. So Sabrina said, appreciate you doing this for us, Tracy. You're welcome, Sabrina. So when you're ready, you might not feel like typing now, if you can share in the group. So Steph, my heart exploded with pure love. Thank you, Steph. I felt that from here. Heidi, that was perfect, just what I needed. Carla, it felt like 10 minutes. I actually have no idea how long it was, so I don't know how long it actually was. And I'll go into the Facebook group and see if there's any sharing in there. Lucy, thanks for slowing me down and remembering what's important, Trace. You're welcome, Lucy. Paula, thank you, Tracy. You're welcome, Paula. Angela, lightness and love. Brilliant. This is what we want to do, is shift to lightness. And this is another way to make decisions. Does it make you feel heavy or does it make you feel light? So you can go into this state again and feel that level of lightness, and then that will allow you to be able to make a decision from this place of light. Karina, thank you, I feel safe. That's good, Karina. Kim, I felt overwhelming love and hope. Brought me to tears, but not sad tears. Tears is really positive in this situation. Tears is often an expression of love. So when we're feeling lots of love, we'll often experience tears. So that's great, Kim. Sabrina, very relaxing, just what I needed. I'm so glad you could make it, Sabrina. Carla, in the last few seconds, my right side had a light spasm. It didn't feel bad though. That's great, Carla. That's unblocking something and releasing tightness in your body so that you can feel lighter. Gloria, very relaxing, very grateful. Thank you, Tracy. You're welcome, Gloria. Marion, felt amazing, thank you. Saw the blue light for me. That's connection to your soul when you see the blue light. Wonderful. Marion, Kim, similar, Carla, at the end my hands were reaching up towards the light of the world. Yes, that's what will happen, is if you just relax, sometimes you'll find that you move, your limbs will move. Alison, felt emotional and tears. So that's a very positive experience. So don't ever block that. If you find that getting into this deep level of meditation brings up emotions, just allow the tears to flow, because that is unblocking past hurts, and you don't need to analyze it and work out what it's about. That's an emotional energy shift, which is going to make you feel lighter. So thank you for sharing that, Alison. Fiona, perfect for our flight home from Nepal. Thank you. You're welcome. Very good timing for you ladies. Well, I want to thank you all for joining me. I also want to thank Heidi for suggesting it. This will be recorded in the Facebook group Soul Pleaser, so you can come back to it at any time. If you wanted to be able to refer to it without always using the Wi-Fi and going into the group, one of the things you could do is just use your screen recorder on your phone and record it, and then you'll have a recording just saved on your phone, and then you'll be able to just have it next to you and close your eyes and go through the meditation again. So thank you everybody for being here. It was a beautiful meditation. I could feel your energy. I know that you were all able to connect in your own way. Thank you everybody. Take care.